I'm nicer than Doris Day, smoother than Cassius Clay, hotter than July, and twice as long, if you get my drift. In other words, I'm living lavish and sitting sweet and doing fine as long as I eat my protein. What's up, peoples? 6 months up in this bitch? Woo, yeah. Okay, so updates. You know what's crazy is that I think that I'm finally starting to get to the other side of normal. And the reason why is because I really don't have a whole lot to say in this video. So weight loss. Lowest weight that I've had so far this month was, and I know I'm late with the video, but, you know, fuck it. Whatever. So lowest weight is 274, I think it was. Or 275. 275. We'll call it 275. So from my last video, hell, I don't remember. So do the math. I've lost some weight. So be it, right? What do I want to talk about? I got to make up some shit. No, I'm just kidding. I actually do have a couple of things to talk about. So I guess the first thing I want to talk about is the look. And all you peoples that are former obese people like myself, you know what I'm talking about. The look. The second look. Okay, so when we was big as a house, right? Nobody would give us the fucking time of day. I mean, I can't speak for most of these, right? But for me, you know, getting the ladies to look at me was a challenge. You know, I had to either clown a little bit or do something to catch their attention. And that's cool, right? I mean, it helped my personality out a lot. And so, whatever. But now, when I walk down the street, strangely enough, women will pass me or look at me as they're passing, and then they'll look again. Nobody ever says anything. I don't know if I have that I'm straight married look or whatever, right, honey bun? But women, it's strange. I'm finding that women tend to notice me a lot more now, especially since I seem to be dressing a little nicer. You know, I'm a lot smaller. I don't know what to attribute it to, but it's really hella weird. For the women, I would imagine it's probably more weird because a lot of yous have found that, you know, through counseling or whatever, that part of the reason why you were obese was because of the fact that you had some mental issues. And I don't mean that in any negative way, only saying that you had some traumas or something that occurred that caused you to kind of eat your feelings a little bit. And so you use the fat not just as a means of you know, of sustenance, having a little extra, but sort of as an emotional shelter too. So as the weight goes away, right, as the weight drops off and your size gets smaller, guys that wasn't even looking your way before, all of a sudden start looking at you hella different, right? And if you haven't dealt with those issues, those traumas, you know, well, the trauma that caused you to get that way in the first place, it can, the attention, the extra attention you start to get can be a little off-putting. Combine that with the fact that some of your closest people, I'm talking mates, family members, etc., will have that jealousy thing, you know, that hater, whatever, haterism popping off. And it could be a recipe for disaster because I've noticed just, you know, watching some of the previous videos from other DSers, other people that have had weight loss surgery and stuff like that, that their relationships tend to change, even in ways they had no concept or no clue was going to happen when the whole thing kicked off. So, the look. Okay, so if I had to confess, it's kind of nice. Like, I'm really happy with my girl. But that being said, you kind of in the back of your mind wondered if you went for the one that you went for because she was interested in you, or if you went for her because you were interested in her as well, right? So these are all head things that, you know, are playing around in my head, and nothing gels, you know, nothing is sitting there saying, oh yeah, most definitely I was, you know, I settled or anything like that. I don't even feel that way, but I can see how at this point people's relationships really start to change. The extra attention, if you're okay with it, feels really nice. And that second look might cause you to start looking or whatever. All I'm saying is that surgery don't fix your head. We all know this. If you had some trauma that caused you to put on the weight that you put on, combined with, you know, whatever else caused your obesity, you really need to look at, you know, at getting some counseling, getting some help with that, because um, with the extra attention and things that you start to get, you'll find pretty quickly that if your relationships aren't rock solid, you can find yourself on a slippery slope pretty goddamn fast. So there's that piece. Uh, oh, far as normal goes, right? I said I'm starting to feel like I'm getting on that other side of the normal. And one of those things I'm finding out that's making me feel like that I'm actually starting to get, I wouldn't say get used to the DS, because that would imply that it's still something separate from me, and it's not. More like the DS and I have started to kind of integrate, and now it's not this thing that happened to me. It's just a part of my life, right? I'm making sure that I watch how I eat so I don't get sick and throw up all over the place. I know to eat my protein first and then get my veggies in if I want to do that, right? I'm having a little candy if I want it, not being a super carb Nazi. And I know that seems hella early at 6 months, but fuck it. This is my DS, not yours, right? Um, and so one of those things, one of the major things that's letting me know I'm getting on the other side of normal here is that I'm not as concerned about the weight loss as I was before. I don't weigh myself every day now. I don't get up first thing in the morning, take a shit, take a piss, and then jump right on the scale to see how much weight I've lost. You know, I do check it. I would say regular, but I wouldn't call it every day. Not even every other day. Maybe couple, 3 times a week. And for me, when I step on the scale, if I lost weight, great. If I, you know, gained some weight because of retention of water or whatever, I don't give a shit. I don't, at this point, I'm like, whatever. How much ever weight I lose from here, for me, is a bonus. My health is better than ever. No back pain, no knee pain. Do I need to go over this again? No sleep apnea, no snoring, no edema in my legs. My last time I checked my blood pressure, it was like 126/77, and my resting pulse rate was like 55. Cool as a fucking cucumber. And Mr. Gillespie, if you please, right? So for me, I think I'm finally starting to make that transition from this happened to me, this DS happened to me, to now this is just another part of my life. It's not even the most major part of my life. It's just a part. One thing that of many things that I have to consider about my life, like paying off my motherfucking bills, going to work every day, kissing my girl, trying not to kiss other girls, etc., etc., right? So I'm not sure how a lot of the veterans felt at 6 months. This is, you know, of course, my personal journey, but I really feel like at this point that normal, if it's not right there, it's within reach. I'm starting to feel not even that I love my DS anymore, just that it's a part of who I am. It's a part of my life. It's a part of what I am, and I'm okay with it. Like, we get along famously. So just wanted to share that normal piece with everybody. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Okay, labs, I guess. So I had labs. They were fine. I had some low potassium issues, took care of that. I think I said that in the last video. Probably going to get labs done within the next month or so. I wanted to try to be as, you know, compliant as possible. I've made some tweaks and changes in my vitamin regimen. I'm not taking nearly as much calcium as it was before. Upped my vitamin D. Yay, right? Oh, so I've decided to go see a counselor, but not for the reasons that you guys might think. It's strange, right? Because while I'm happier than I've been my whole life, there's an old saying, one has torture who has choice. And it's like my life is open, wide open. So many choices, so many options of things to do, places to go, people to see, a life to live, right? And I don't know how to reconcile that with my past. Like, with all this opportunity for everything, new job, new everything, right? And I'm not, you know, I'm not saying that I intend to make any major changes. I probably won't change any damn thing. I just want to try to get a handle on what skills and techniques and coping mechanisms I need to be able to be focused and not be so scatterbrained all the time. Not, ooh, I like this, I like this, ooh, that looks good, that's great, ooh, I want to do this, I want to do that, ooh, I want to change this, I want to change that. You know, all these changes all at once is exciting but overwhelming at the same time. So I intend to see a counselor and get my head right. Did I mention you motherfuckers need to go see some counselors? Yeah, I think I did. Please do yourself a favor, right? You did this thing to yourself for a reason. But there was a whole bunch of things that comes along with this that you can't even become close to cognizant about until you're going through it. Don't try to do it by yourself. Don't try to think that stronger than you are. Counselors are there for a reason. They're there to help us, to guide us. I'm not religious, so I don't have a fucking priest or a minister or pastor or ma'am or any of that shit. Counselor is about the closest thing I got. So I'm going to see one. And you should too. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Anyway, I won't keep this video on too long. I just want to say I'm happy as fuck to have hit 6 months and in fantastic health. Weight loss is going pretty much as I expected. Slowed down a little bit, but who cares, right? And I'm just living life, and it feels great. Like Cassius Clay, I'm sorry, Muhammad Ali would say, I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Rumble, young man, rumble, right? So anyway, until next month, again, I know I'm late with the video. Please don't leave comments saying, oh, I was waiting for this, because I know you were waiting for it. I just needed to make some time to do it. Until next month, everybody stay peaceful, stay happy, stay loving, and I'll see you when I see you. Holla!